Toronto, it's your boy Scotty Barnes.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Madras Uprising basketball is back, and we're ready to take over the NBA 2K League.
Finds a lane, home with the huge slam.
Season 7 has some new faces and familiar vets. Get ready, it's game time. I'll see you all in the park. Go Raps.
What is up, everybody in the North? Thank you for coming out. This is the 6-2K pregame show presented by Tangerine. We've got a lot of great, exciting stuff for you. We've got a special guest, a champion, coming on the dock here tonight. And we've also got hoodies to go ahead and give away. And of course, you know we're going to play for some VC and try to hook y'all up, but that's not up to me. That's up to the guests. So you got to make sure you go ahead and root them on and help them out in the chat. You'll have a couple of lifelines there as well. But let's go ahead and see who we're going to go ahead and play tonight, because we've got a matchup that we've got to go ahead and dominate, and it's going to be against Bucks Gaming. We're 5-6, they're 3-7. You can see the point differential, the steal average, right? Everything is kind of competitive there, but we're shooting better. We're shooting better with terms of three-point line and also overall from the park itself. So it gives us a little bit of an edge, and we hope to continue that momentum here tonight. Here's the thing, though. We got to go ahead and win tonight. If you don't win tonight, then we go ahead and play the loser of Jazz Gaming and Glow Navy tonight at 8:15. But if we go ahead and win, then we play on Wednesday the winner of Jazz Gaming and Glow Navy. So a lot of things to figure out, but it all comes down to the Bucks. Then we go ahead and determine which path we're going to go ahead and move forward. But let's take a step back, though. Let's go ahead and rewind and see what happened last time. There you have it with the switch open. We go ahead and take the dub against the Celtics. We got our revenge back, and then we went ahead and dropped a series against the Wizards. The Knicks, close game 5. We dropped that one, but right as we do, we went ahead and bounced back against the 76ers as we took that series 3-1. That's the recap. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket so we can show you how it's all going to go ahead and play out. Remember, we told you we play the Bucks. And if we go ahead and win, then we play the winner of Jazz Gaming and Glow Navy Glow Skeetos. If for some weird reason we lose, then we play tonight in the lower bracket at 8:15 against the loser of Jazz Gaming and Glow Navy Glow Skeetos. So a lot of action to be unpacked and determine which way we go, and it should be fun. But here's another thing. Anytime Coach Nick and I can't believe I have to call him Coach, GM, whatever. I'm not a fan of giving the man respect, but we had a great time. We caught up and we chopped it up, and I have no idea what video is about to play because I asked to have some things edited out. We'll see if it happened or not, but let's go ahead and check out that conversation. I'm not calling you Coach Nick, so I'm just going to call you Nick. What's it been like in Toronto so far? The weather, the culture change, the people, the life in Canada versus the U.S.
First of all, call me general manager when you speak to me. All right. But it's so much. It's not different. Like the culture. This is the real melting pot. I'm not gonna lie. I have met so many people from different cultures here. It is genuinely amazing. My experience here, from like being outside at night, just like, walking around enjoying the stars. Like from going to Raptors games and like seeing how much people, like everybody I come in contact with, can ice skate. Compared to what I can do it's different, but it's not different. I actually genuinely love this country.
Let's talk about 3v3, and I want you to look me dead in the eye and keep it real. Above or below your expectations?
All right, I'll say my personal expectations below. I always have I always have great expectations for myself personally. I always expect to be the best, but like with team expectations, it's different than what you expect. I mean, just from the players and stuff like that. Like, we definitely feel like we're a 5v5 team, but that doesn't excuse them from like not practicing hard. And same thing, like I'll be like, just throw off the 3v3 season because there's money to be made, and nobody should ever leave their family and just be like, well, the first 3 months is just pointless, and then we're just gonna wait to 5. So like, we're gonna grind this out and be better. I mean, we're still in the playoff hunt, and that's us like playing with so many things that are messed up, but like we've made it this far. We're still in the playoff hunt. We're 30 points away right now. I mean, all it takes is one run in the switch, which is right here. It's the last stand for everybody. So
now, speaking of which, the switch, are you switching things up with your lineup? Are you going to be able to tell us who is your starting lineup? What's that look like here tonight?
Antoine will be out there. Everybody else, I'm rolling dice. We're gonna pick it out a hat and we're just gonna go from there. But no, I mean, we've practiced pretty hard. We practiced both lineups. We come at the end of the day, we come down to which lineup will give the team the most. It'll give the Bucks the hardest. That's what it really comes down to. It doesn't really come down to which lineup is playing the best, because that might not be our kryptonite. Might not be the Bucks kryptonite. So just seeing what the Bucks have been playing and what they've been struggling against. It seems like they're struggling against the inside. So we're leaning towards inside, but you never know.
Now, as you head into this week, right, we sit 30 points back from making the playoffs, as you mentioned. That means we'll need to finish at least top 12 to get to 30 points. More likely top 8 if we want the 40 or more in the standings. Is 3v3 playoffs a goal for this team's mindset, or is it more so focusing one game at a time and let's see where life takes us? Be honest.
I'll be honest. I don't load up no season to ever expect not to make the playoffs. And that's how I always feel about it. So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, they know, like, it's 3 wins, essentially, to get to that top 8. And then anything can happen, right? And obviously things have to go our way, right? Teams have to lose, and some teams have to get knocked out really early. And we'll have to run, like, if we win this one, we have to run through my boy Comp at some point, who's also fine for a playoff spot, but we also need to knock him down, right? And then on the other side, you got the Knicks and the Cavs. Like, the Nets are in jeopardy of losing their spot if teams do really well. So, like, the Pacers and T-Wolves are playing. So it's all about matchups around the league. But I don't think we're too worried about that. I mean, I was just looking at that for just 2K lore. But personally, when it comes down to it, we have to do our own job. Like, none of that matters how many numbers I can calculate of, like, oh, we need to play off here. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. How about we just do our job?
Let's take a look at the bracket, right? With the switch, you've got the Bucks in the first round. Put on your film room type of cap, if you will. What are some initial insights that you have when it comes to their roster, and what's the game plan here that you can share?
It's tough, right? Like, you put your ear to the streets. That's one of the best things. I'm really tapped in with at least one player or one staff member from each team, at least, and like, listening to what's going on. They're switching between PGs. The last tournament, they just during group play, they played on the inside and they got 3-0'd by the Kings, who at this point was one of the worst teams in the league. And like, you always try to make some switches. I'm saying worst team by points wise. So just had to clear that up.
Nice
but yeah, thank you. So obviously the Lance is a great coach. And I have so much respect. So I know he's not gonna come out here with some lackluster effort. I've seen some teams roll over, and I know, like, when a team's gonna roll over, depending on, like, the coach and the players on that team. And this is one team that's never gonna roll over. Like, Lance cares about his job. He cares about his profession heavily. So I know that he's gonna go out there and give us his best effort. Like, I know he's game planning for everything, and so we're gonna do the same thing on our side. And, try to game plan as far as we can. If it's CP, Dawsix and Dimes out there, if it's Johnny, Dawsix, and Retro, it's pretty much whoever the only person I know that's going to be out there is Dawsix. So we go from there.
We've seen all 5 players get involved in 3v3, right? How tough is it to consistently try to find the best lineup? And, like, what's the strategy behind finding the perfect piece to the puzzle?
It just comes down to players, right? Like, how much do they really care about it? And then, like, are they threes players or are they not? And then, it's all about, like, trying to apply as many things as you can for that certain system. I kind of took that group play. I took some of the group play away from them because I told them, I said, hey, like, we're going to try something out, because at the end of the day, like, we're so far in points. Like, it could make our job a little bit easier, but we're so far back in points that we have to make this run in the switch regardless. So let's try to figure out what we can do in the switch, group play wise, before we go to bracket play. We obviously finished 2-2. We could have finished easily 3-1, maybe even 4-0. I feel like the Wizards game, we dropped ourselves, and we were able to experiment and, like, look at certain things and say, hey, like, we were playing on the inside. Like, when we watch other teams, they play like this. When we play like this is why we losing. When we play on the pop, like, certain things, like, hey, we're making it a little bit harder on ourselves and we're doing this wrong, but we can do this better. So just, like, being able to experiment and see both of those in actual games is what matters, like, right? Like, you can't do that in fives so much because not everybody makes bracket play, but in threes, you can mess around in group play and then just make that run, right? So that's what it really comes down to. A lot of people are looking at the experiment as, like, oh my God, like, they don't know what they're doing. It's more of just trying to figure out, like, what works for our team, because at the end of the day, everybody makes bracket play. And yeah, we're talking about ball first, but be honest, like just because a team got ball first, if you can't get a stop in threes, then you'll never win anyway. It doesn't matter, right? Like I always say, like a good team gets 2 stops, a great team gets 3 stops a game, and an elite team gets 5. So, like if you want to be an elite team, you got to get some of those major stops. If you can't come into a game and the team's shooting 7 for 7 on threes, you're bound to lose regardless. Team hitting 5 threes, you're gonna lose regardless. So it's all about limiting threes and capitalizing on stops.
If you go ahead and win the matchup against the Bucks, you play the winner between Jazz and Glow Navy Glow Skeetos, amateur team, right? If you do lose, you'll end up playing the loser of that matchup. How do you think that series is going to play out between Jazz and Glow Navy Glow Skeetos?
Glow Navy's good, but I'm always gonna side with my speakeasy host, just because that's my guy. I love him, so I'm going Jazz in 5.
Okay.
Which is going to be obviously harder because I sit here every day and listen to Comp on the phone who's game planning for Glow Skeetos. So, like I know Glow Navy does film and stuff like that, but I'd rather play an amateur team because I know they're not going to prep just like us, and the things they do their adjustments are not going to be as crisp as a well-coached team. So obviously I'd rather play Glow Navy personally, but I think the Jazz win in 5.
All right, that's fair enough.
Plus, we get ball first if we play Glow Navy. That's what actually more important part to this.
Well, so those are the important insights, right? So where it's like, hey, those little things really matter because every possession counts so much more in 3v3 than it may in 5v5. So those are things you have to definitely take a look at is seeding. Who gets ball first, who doesn't, especially in a game 5 situation, that can come out on huge. Any final message that you have for the Raptors Uprising fans and the 6-2K club before you sign off?
We are just working hard every day. Sorry for the mixed match lineups. Sorry for the inconsistencies inconsistent wins and inconsistent losses we had. Even the Team Glitchy one. We're trying to put our best effort out here. I mean, we're still doing that every day. We're gonna try to be better for threes this upcoming week, and so forward, and try to make this playoff push. And like if we don't make it here, obviously we have the steal. But there's also another half of the season that we are also looking forward to as well. And no season is bigger than the other. They both are playing equal. But like if we didn't do well in this one, we're gonna do well in the next one.
Whew. Okay, I can go ahead and breathe a sigh of relief. Nothing crazy was in that. Great job to the editing team for that. Just great insights from Nick, right? The man has been in the league for quite some time, and he loves the film room. He loves the preparation aspect of it. And one thing that I liked is that our best lineup for tonight is really dependent on what we believe the Bucks are going to do and how we match up against them, because that's how we can go ahead and make those adjustments. So Coach Nick dropping some gems out there, which means we are now going to go ahead and drop a little bit of a giveaway because we've got some new merch and we want you, the folks at home, to go ahead and get a chance to win. So here's all you got to do. 1, you got to be a 6-2K member. Come on, it's simple. It's easy. You can go ahead and hit exclamation 6-2K or scan the QR code. And then, of course, you got to go ahead and hit exclamation Tangerine. You go ahead and do that, you get a chance to go ahead and win that sweet, sweet hoodie. Just got the merch for this season. We want you, the folks at home, to go ahead and rep it, enjoy it, stay warm. Exclamation Tangerine to enter, but you got to be a 6-2K fan, so you got to hit exclamation 6-2K or scan the QR code that's on there if you aren't already. All right, we dropped the gems. We dropped the hoodie. Now we're going to go ahead and bring on our special guest, and it's none other than Yey, my man, the champion. Are you sucking up to him now? You just want to be back.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I love
sir.
it. You know what? I just want people to know that Yey's internet drops at 4:50 p.m. every single day. I'm not kidding. We are at rehearsal, and this man's internet dropped, and he just casually is like, yeah, my internet goes out every day. I'll be back in a bit. Like, that's just insane, bro.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Welcome to the show. Happy to have you. I want to get a lot of insights from you. I mean, so many crazy finishes, so many different upsets from here and there. But what do you think about what Nick said, though, where it's like, hey, our best lineup is depending on the matchup from the other side? What do you think about that?
I think that makes a lot of sense, especially with a good coach like Nick and the amount of talent that he has on that Raptors Uprising roster. You can move players around. I see that Simpsons himself he was able to bring the ball up and put up big numbers and also move to the 4th spot. You got guys like Seam who can play any position on the court. Crush, you can play any position when it comes to defense. Same thing with Ham. So you got a lot of flexibility on that roster. So he can really play around and surprise a lot of teams, especially the big name teams that are making big runs. I wouldn't be surprised if Raptors can match up against them just based off the flexibility alone. So I think that's good insight on Nick.
Yeah, we've got the edge in terms of shooting, not just from inside, but also outside the perimeter. So that's exciting to go ahead and see how they go ahead and execute on that front. But let's go ahead and kind of toss up some questions for him here. All right, you ready? I want to know about the teams that may have surprised you in a good way, because you expected them to maybe be bad or mediocre, but they've surprised you in a good way, and then teams that have just disappointed you.
Okay, let's play a game. Andy. You want me to give you the good or the bad first?
Go ahead and give me the good.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm gonna give you the good first. And it probably won't be a big surprise to the folks that have been tuning in to 3v play up to this point. But I'm gonna start with Hawks talent, just because going in with the roster changes they made, moving away from C's, MVS not playing the lick of threes last year at the guard spot, and then they're going in with the inside. I honestly didn't think that I'll see a lot out of Hawks talent, but they're making some good strides. They go with the inside. They're playing. I think they're one of the best defending teams in the league right now in 3v3. They really surprised me in that front, and they're able to execute on offense too as well. The MVS looks solid and able to get some wins with him behind the helm at guard. And also the Heat Check Gaming team, surprisingly or not, because we see a big, I would say, revolution out of the way Kai's been playing. Because last year it seemed like he was just always going for the clip. He was like, I'm gonna, overkill. I'm gonna shoot the crazy shots to get the highlights. But now he's playing a lot smarter. He's making the right passes. They brought in a veteran like Maddie, who's bringing some leadership quality. Dietrich is playing phenomenal on the inside. So I think Famous is doing a good job of keeping those guys lined, and they're winning some big games with the inside too as well. That's what I gotta say. My big surprise is in terms of the good. Now we're looking at the more underwhelming / bad side of things that surprised me. One, I think everybody can agree on this, is Cavs Legion. Killy coming off of a MVP type season in terms of 3v3. I think did he get the MIP award for most improved? I couldn't remember.
I know he was definitely in the conversation. I don't know if he
I know he was definitely in the conversation. And then to come in, he's not hitting the shots the way he used to. It seems like he's not really getting to his spot as easy. And same thing with TB Shifty. He's been struggling shooting. DJ is a little bit quiet, but at least I can see DJ fighting a little bit. But I need more out of Killy and TB Shifty when it comes to executing a bit more on both ends of the ball. And another team that underwhelmed me a little bit, it's just me personally, and I don't know if Nick touched on this. He's a nice guy, so he won't say this. And that would be Jazz Gaming. I think the thing with them, looking at that roster top to bottom, it was perfectly designed for threes. Designed for threes. I thought they were going to be like the top 3, top 4 team at this point of the season, and they're not. They're fighting for a playoff spot. They have forgive Justin in Miami and Kaze. I thought they were going to come out swinging. I thought everybody was going to have to adjust to them. The way the Lakers are playing, that's why I assumed the Jazz was going to be.
I mean,
I'm
the
not
Lakers
saying
have
they're
just
playing
come
bad.
out.
Yeah.
So here's a question, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
You're not surprised with the Lakers in terms of obviously everyone loves Kai, right? We've all seen Kai kind of just ball out when he was with the T-Wolves. So I don't know if I'm not even sure if I would say that they've surprised me, but it's kind of been like this is great to see Kai kind of be his own. And obviously you've got Crazy there as well, but to see this type of success and get the recognition he deserves in threes is awesome to see, because they've kind of struggled in the past with the T-Wolves. So I love seeing that out of the West team.
I think I'll agree with you in that front in terms of seeing them perform at the best that franchise ever performed in, especially in this game mode. But with Kai moves and he's playing with the guys that he's been playing with, and the retail copy was crazy. I knew the team would be good. I didn't think they would be this good the way they're playing now. But these guys have been doing this for a while as individuals, and you finally put them together. It's like, man, did you really think they're going to be a bad team? If they were a bad team, that means they didn't care. So I like the fact that they're playing so well. It is good to see that Lakers franchise thriving, and Nacho doing a good job keeping those guys in check. But I kind of had a good feeling that they would be at least like a 4, 5, 6 seed. But they're exceeding expectations. But I kind of knew they were going to be good. So that's why I had to go with Hawks and Heat.
So let's go to the players now, right? Give me like 1 or 2 names in terms of surprised you in a good way, disappointed you in a bad way.
Okay, I kind of gonna reiterate my points that I made prior. So in terms of good, I'm gonna take a little step to the left and use the good to go with Dietrich for playing in the inside. Didn't expect inside to be such a big threat in threes. I always thought like if you're gonna go inside, you will lose a couple games and then you kind of float back to playing, going back to the popper. But Dietrich's been phenomenal playing on the inside. He's been able to create extra opportunities for Hoodie Kai. He is able to squeeze off some big wins for that Heat franchise. Also for the bad, I think I just got to nail this point in just because I know this kid. I hung out with this kid, got to talk to this guy for the last couple of years, and that's Killy. He's got to pick it up, man. He was a Finals MVP at 3v3 last year, and everybody. You can't let Ant get on the timeline and talk crazy about you. Man.
So that's what I was going to say. Look,
at some point you got to pull your shorts up.
I follow the league very closely every single year, right? And I also follow the timeline. And I saw Ant talk about how it was low-key Jesus that went ahead and carried Killy and got him the recognition and the money that they succeeded with when it came to Dukes Infinito. So I completely agree with you on that side. Give me your prediction right now who you would have as MVP. Then I'll ask you Rookie of the Year, and then we'll try to win some VC for the folks at home.
Okay. Right now for MVP, I'm kind of torn. I could take the easy way out. And go Shifty Kai because at some point we got to give Shifty Kai an MVP for something. He's been so good at everything he's done up to this point.
That's not an all-star MVP. Yes.
That's not an all-star MVP. Like we have to give him MVP. But I'm gonna stick my neck out here and say Hoodie Kai just because he's been able to keep up the scoring efforts that he's always been known for. But now he's able to implement his passing ability and get his teammates involved and create opportunities for his guys to make the whole team look like a really good complete package. And then I think that most of the league are seeing the Heat check as a real threat in this, as potentially winning the whole thing. So and that all stems from Hoodie Kai. So I think I'll stick my neck out and say Hoodie Kai for this one for MVP. For Rookie of the Year, the first person that really comes to mind, just because the threes. It's been kind of tricky. Some guys are kind of floating around. You got your 2 times because Benzo kind of been floating around. But I'm going to say Jay Boolin. Jay Boolin he's playing out of position. He's shooting phenomenally out the corner. He's doing all the right things he's supposed to do. He's playing really good defense for that Magic team. In a lot of those close games, I don't know if Ant's going to say it's low-key Jesus that's taking him, that's helping him get these wins when it comes to him too as well. But if I had to pick somebody, the first person that comes around that comes to mind is Jay Boo.
All right. Well, I appreciate those. Well, I'm sure some folks will clip it and see what you have to say about some certain things. But, man, I hope you've been studying up. I hope you are ready because, our folks like to go in and win some VCs. And everyone that's come on the show so far has succeeded, and they've got them 200 VCs. For the people that are watching, you got to go ahead and hit !VC if you want to go ahead and get your chance to win. And I'm telling you, Ye, the questions have only gotten harder every single time we do this. So, we can show the prize and how to enter if we want real quick, but it's simple for the people at home. !VC. We're going to go ahead and answer 5 trivia questions. Every single question that gets answered correctly, you get more and more VC for the people. And you also only get 1 chance to go ahead and answer it. But you got 3 lifelines, all right? You've got the 50-50. You can go ahead and call a friend. You can go ahead and use the chat as well. You can't look up the answers. I need both hands up. And you got 1 minute to go ahead. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I mean, if you want to go ahead and flex your bicep, I've been working out too. But all right, here we go, man. Question number 1. Who is the leading scorer in 3v3 for Raptors Uprising so far? Is it A, Symptoms, B, Antoine Love, C, Ball Like Seam, or D, Crush?
I think this is a tough one off the bat. I ain't gonna lie. This probably is the hardest 5K question we have.
Bro, if you don't even get 5,000 VC.
This is tough because think about it. Like we was just talking about how Symptoms played a lot of guard. Now he's playing power forward. And Antoine Love came in and played a lot of ball too as well.
This is good. I like this.
I need to be safe on this one to start things off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be safe to start things off. I'm gonna be safe. Gotta be safe. I gotta be safe.
Right,
I'm gonna call a super fan.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and call a super fan for the first question here on Who Wants to Win VC. Is Ryan at home? Is he ready to go ahead and pick up our phone call to help us out because Ye needs to know the answer to who is the leading scorer in 3v3. Before we get Ryan on the phone, if you just had to guess, like what's your gut telling you, and we'll see Ryan kind of help us out. By the way, I'm stalling because no one thought you would need Ryan for the first question. I just want the world to know that. But give me your gut feel.
I hope Ryan isn't like in the middle of dinner or anything. But my gut is telling me symptoms.
Your gut is telling you symptoms. Ryan, super
what's
fan,
going on?
what's going on, man? Welcome to the show
What's
for the
up?
third straight time. We need your help for 5,000 VC. You ready? Here's
Sounds
your
good.
question.
That's what I say.
Who is the leading scorer in 3v3 for Raptors Uprising so far? Is it A, Symptoms, B, Antoine Love, C, Ball Like Seam, D, Crush?
Symptoms, not even a question.
You wasted his time for this one.
We took the headset off for you to get on the
Symptoms.
camera.
Well, yeah,
I
he
had to
had
make
some
sure
real
I was-
stuff to do.
There's some games I missed. I didn't know if Antoine Love went off for a crazy series.
Look, I don't know if my run of show could adjust you getting the first one wrong. I always speed through these things. I'm thankfully on time here, so we're doing great. Let's go ahead and move on to question number 2 as you've secured 5,000. Now we go on to 20,000. Which of these teams has Ball Like Seam not played for? Is it A, Kingsguard Gaming, B, Dukes Infinitos, C, Warriors Gaming Squad, or D, Mavs Gaming? Which of these teams has Ball Like Seam not played for?
It is C, Warriors Gaming Squad, final answer.
All right, no need to get some help whatsoever, and C is the correct answer. You had to think about it for a minute. I wasn't sure if you're going to use another one or not, so we are good to go there. Let's go ahead
I've been
and keep it
around long
moving.
enough.
Let's move it on. Here we go. For 75,000 VC, which player on Bucks Gaming used to play for Raptors Uprising? Is it A, Johnny Red, B, CP, C, Dawsix, or D, Dimes?
It is, go with D, Dimes. Final answer.
Going with D, Dimes. Let's go ahead and lock it in. See, they just kind of got a little bit easier. I don't know. Or maybe we just didn't know the first one that well. But shout out to Dimes. Not only is that the correct one. And by the way, you've got Antoine Love in the chat saying hello. So what's up to him? Best of luck. By the way, Antoine, I just want you to know, Ye was talking crazy. He just couldn't believe that you weren't the leading scorer. He had some, I don't know, he was trash talking a lot. But shout out to Dimes, by the way. Congratulations on the baby girl. Hope you, her, and your partner are doing well and healthy. Let's go ahead and keep it moving for 110,000 VC. Which of these teams has not won a 5v5 NBA 2K League championship? Is it A, Knicks Gaming? You need a 50-50 on this one? B, Wizards District Gaming. C, 76ers, or D, Bucks Gaming?
It's not won a 5v5 NBA 2K League championship. We're going to go with C, Sixers GC. Final answer.
All right. Let's go ahead and lock in C, and let's see if he's correct. You are absolutely correct. Jeff Terrell made many, many moves, and he's going to continue making many moves. I think I saw him put a tweet out saying, all right, so who's on the block? Let me know. A little bit of trouble. We know Jeff Terrell. I like the guy, but I'm always excited to see what moves he can make to make sure he gets a bag, not just for him and his family, but for also the players around. And my Uber Eats is now actually knocking on the door. So let's go ahead and get things moving along. 200,000 VC. The final question. How many players are there in the NBA 2K League this season? I'm going to speed through this so you can't do the math. A, 102, B, 125, C, 120, or D, 152. Stop doing the math. Let me see your hands. I know you're out here like this. You're like,
I know it's not A or D. No, it's not A or D for sure. Thanks to the removal of the sixth man. I think there's 25 teams in the league, so we're going to go with B, 125. Final answer for the VC.
Are you sure they're 120? Are you sure there's 25 teams? Because they like to have the even conferences, so 12 and 12. Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
All right, I'm just checking. Let's go ahead and lock that answer in and see if he gets the 200,000 VC secured. I think they try to remove a team just so you
Yes,
end up.
sir. I like that. Anticipation was crazy.
Oh
I
man.
was like, oh,
Well,
did I smoke this one? I was about to be stunned.
they got easier and easier. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping that they'd be harder and harder. Like, oh, what's Johnny's middle name or something like that. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I'm glad you went ahead and secured things for us. By the way, again, if you wanted to play, you should have hit exclamation VC. And if you want to join the 62K club, you just got to hit exclamation 62K. That's the giveaway in the chat. As we go ahead and see who won, Yay! I mean, tell me your thoughts on tonight's matchup with Raptors and the Bucks. What are you expecting here tonight?
I know one thing about Nick. He's going to be really prepared with those guys. Like we were talking about before, very versatile. He said Antoine Love's going to be in the court. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, can we really doubt Antoine Love once he really gets in his bag? I know he's in the chat. If you can hear me, Antoine Love, get in your bag because Ye needs a new pair of shoes. So I need you to get some buckets.
I love it.
No, but
I love it.
We're talking, I think they have a good chance of winning this one. I just need the Raptors to be prepared, no matter who they put on the court.
Yeah, he's in the chat. I'm looking up with my neck strain with the monitor up here. He's in the chat. He says LMAO. I didn't lag. That's just how many O's he put in there. But awesome. And by the way, shout out to Secretly Sensei as you go ahead and win the drop in the VC. Excuse me. Go ahead and we'll reach out to you so we can go ahead and take care of you there. I appreciate it. Yay! Give me your final thoughts, man. Always great to have you.
Man, appreciate y'all having me as always. I'm gonna be locked in the chat. Everybody spam those Raptors uprising emotes right now. We're about to get lit here in 10 minutes. And also troll Dirk for me. Just do that.
How should we? You know what? I've got some time to kill. How should we troll Dirk? I feel like we need something. I feel like I might have to text Dirk and say,
you sound like
I need
a robot.
you to use this word in the broadcast. That's always, something
like
that's sometimes what we'll do is we'll give each other words to say.
That'll troll the whole production. Yeah, that's troll.
I mean, that's okay. It's a laid
He's
back.
a goalie.
Like
Is there anything like soccer related we can throw at him?
Like whenever someone hits a big three, just say goal. I would love it.
Or somebody gives up the easy bucket. They're like, man, they look like Dirk on goalie right now.
Hey, they're in the finals. I don't know if they won the finals or not, but I love Dirk, man. He's a flex. He can do anything that you ask him to do. But Yay, always a pleasure having you, man. Thank you for joining us.
For sure. Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. See you next time. And we're not done yet because we gave away the hoodie. We gave away the VC. And now it's time for us to see who the Uber Eats fan of the night is going to be. I'm finding out for the first time, just like you are, Gifted Chick. You go ahead and become our Uber Eats fan of the night. Go ahead and get yourself a meal on us so you can enjoy the Raptors winning against Bucks Gaming. And I wasn't kidding. My Uber Eats, it says it's right on time. Look at that, right? So we take care of business for you. We take care of business here at home as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready, get my Uber Eats all nice and warmed up for the show here. And we hope that you go ahead and join us. We go ahead and play at 6 o'clock. So just to recap, we play right at 6 p.m. Eastern. If we go ahead and win, then we play on Wednesday against Jazz Gaming and Glow Navy Glow Skeetos, the winner of that matchup. If we go ahead and lose against the Bucks here today, then we play the loser of Jazz Gaming and Glow Navy Glow Skeetos at 8:15 tonight. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. And of course, on behalf of myself, Yay, Johnny, Nick, Manny, Shirley, and everyone else that makes the show possible, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Appreciate y'all.